Hi, beloveds. Today I want to do a little video about trauma and the effect of trauma on the body. So, I recently had a very traumatic incident happen to me 2 weeks ago. I was mugged on my scooter here in Bali. I was riding my bike at 9:30 p.m. and two guys on another scooter when I was going 50 kilometers an hour came past me and kind of swiped me, and I swerved and they were laughing. I was like, what's going on here? I didn't really understand what they were doing and thought, oh, maybe it was an accident. And I was like, oh no, it doesn't feel right. And I started to speed up, but then I noticed they stopped behind me, and then they swung up about 5 minutes later and they swung past me and they stole my phone, and I let out this huge wail that I felt my entire body just contract, and I was like, no. And it was had my directions on where I was going, and I was in a part of Bali that I don't know well, and I didn't know where I was going, and my fight or fight kicked in, and I knew that my friends had left just before me from where I was going, and I sprinted and I found them. I'm like, help me. And they took me home, but I had booked accommodation that was completely open because this year I set the thing on New Year's to face all my fears. That was my intention for the year, and boy, have I been facing all my fears. And then I was sleeping in this bed, like so scared that someone was going to come in, and I was just petrified. And what happened in this time, the next day I woke up really, really sick. I'm talking cough, cold, like the sickest I've been in ages. And I was the healthiest I had been in the longest I know. I was feeling ecstatic. My skin was so beautiful and clear, and I was glowing, and I had so much energy and vitality. And boom, like that. Trauma on the body is instant. I got sick like that. So my immune system crashed. And any viruses or anything that were lingering in my body, because viruses we don't necessarily catch from the outside, they can be hiding within our body. It just, boom, it just got me. And I just felt depleted for 2 weeks. And I could barely leave the house. So I just wanted to share with you the power of trauma, and also what I've done to support myself. Because not only did I get sick, you should have seen my skin. Now I've cleared it already again. But my skin went crazy. I'm talking cystic acne all over my face. You can't really see it on the video now. It's still like a little bit bumpy, but I'm talking pussy pimples all over my face. So this happened 2 weeks ago, and it lingered, and I've started to clear it properly now. And I even gained weight. My whole lower stomach was expanded and puffing out. And oh my gosh, it was so hard. It was so hard, like so hard. Like, I have so much love for myself through this experience and how much it's taught me. But wow, it's been so hard, so hard. But I want to share with you what I've done to support myself to get through this. So the first thing I did was I got back on my scooter. I was not allowing the fear to penetrate me, and I just did it to change the experience. But what I did was I got a different bike, a different kind of bike entirely, to take away the connection. And I was chanting mantras that I am safe, I am held, and I just changed the experience. And anytime I catch myself going into the fear and saying I'm not safe, I'm reminding myself I am. Because have you ever had an experience where you've been scared and there's been a dog? And because you've been scared, the dog senses that. Well, this is no different to any other person, any other thing, all frequency. So if we're feeling fear, we'll attract more of that. So it's really important to try and shift that as much as you can, and to just be like, focus on the positives and do that if you can. It's not always easy, right? Because pushing yourself too much is going to stress the body, and then it's going to go back into fight or flight. And you don't want to be stressing the nervous system and the adrenals. It's really important that you're doing things to calm. So meditation, massages, speaking to friends, eating nourishing foods. Not necessarily a good time to detox. So in that time, because I was sick, I was like, I need to do a juice cleanse, or I need to go on all fruit, because I know that is going to fix my skin. But I was like, that is not the focus right now. The focus needs to be on my nervous system and feeding my adrenals. And then the other stuff will just naturally happen. So I did nothing but focus on my adrenals and my nervous system. So calming down, taking it slow, wiping my diary, not doing things that I don't want to do, not seeing people. The idea of seeing people freaked me out. I didn't want to see anyone. I got my food and groceries delivered. I spoke to a few friends on the phone, but I just did what I could do to make myself feel nourished and safe. I had people come give me massages at my home, and I booked 6 sessions with an incredible psychotherapist that does somatic movement. So she's been really supporting me to feel the fear and move it through my body and to rewire like what that means. And what I found is this fear was already within me. This isn't new fear. I started to realize I've been scared of so much. I've been living in fight or flight already about so many things. So I feel this is a huge opportunity for expansion. I'm already feeling so much more empowered and so much more safe in my body. But at first, I was creating all kinds of stories. Like after the incident, I was laying in bed and I was scared someone was going to come in my bedroom. I mean, irrational things were coming to me. Like I was riding on my bike and I was like, any person that came near me, I was like, oh my God, they're going to get me. So getting some support from someone to guide you through it is really, really key. And moving the energy out of the body. Breath work and having a session with a breathwork therapist to like move it out, and also having like some body work done. And usually a massage isn't enough. I have an incredible osteopath here in Bali, and he gets you to speak things and then you move the energy by doing different movements. And he is next level incredible. If you ever come to Bali, I'd love to connect you to him. Osteopathy is insane, but in some countries of the world, they regulate osteopathy. So there's certain things that they can't do. So yeah, it's always good to try find someone that can kind of break the rules a little bit. But yeah, he's next level and amazing. So yeah, they're the things that I've done. And now that my nervous system has calmed down and I'm feeling more relaxed and safe, and there's still bits of it there, I'm not going to lie to you, and that's okay. It's okay to have that. I'm not broken. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need to fix myself. Yes, this thing happened to me, and sometimes I might feel fear around it. So I'm doing things like in the evening, I'm getting someone to pick me up and take me instead of riding a scooter in the dark, and making things work. But now that I'm feeling good, I am starting to just have mangoes, because mangoes make me so happy, and sugarcane juice and a little bit of coconut water. And I'm going into a fast now just to really help move this through. But I'm observing if I start to feel anything going on with my adrenals and my nervous system, then I'm going to tone that down a bit. But I didn't mention the foods that I was eating during that time to really nourish my nervous system. I was having a lot of warm soups with seaweeds, medicinal mushrooms, lots of shiitake because they're really easy to get here, but you can often get them dried. And I had some miso, and I had lots of root vegetables because ultimately safety comes from the root. So having root veggies, like here we get cassava, which I love, but pumpkin, sweet potatoes, they're all really nourishing to have for that time. And I was also making my favorite tonic drink, which is ginger tea with goji berries and Chinese dates. This is really nourishing for the body. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just lots of mineral dense foods and things that were quite grounding to make me feel safe. So yeah, but I felt really inspired to share this because trauma really does have such a big impact in the body, and until now I'd never really experienced it. Well, I had experienced it, but not in a space where I had this awareness and consciousness to really observe what was happening to my body. So ultimately it's been really hard, but I'm so grateful for the experience because it's taught me so much in relation to trauma and healing my body once again in a new way, and amazed that I cleared my skin in such a quick time, and my body, the inflammation's already started to drop away, and yeah, my nervous system and adrenals are starting to feel really good. So yeah, thank you for hearing my journey, and I'd love to hear from you if you have had something happen to you and you're stuck in it. or if you have any tips for anyone else or any other things that you've done to guide you through this, please let me know. But yeah, sending you so much love and have the most magical, beautiful day, night, wherever you are. Bye.